Well, Lagos, good morning. It is a beautiful Monday morning here from the city of Lagos. Lagos is a center of excellence, the city that never sleeps. My name is Kenneth. This is Overt Radio. Yes. It is the Monday edition of Overt Radio breakfast show, and we are starting this beautiful Monday morning, July 6, 2026, with reviewing some of the headlines on the front page of our newspaper. But I will be doing the online version of the newspaper this morning as we kick off today's Overt Radio breakfast show. First off, on the front page of the Vanguard this morning, PFLPC scandal. PFLPC scandal, how SGF's office cleared Adewale for Canada summit. Fresh documents have emerged showing that the office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, OSGF, approved the disowned Director General of the non-existent Presidential Foreign Intervention Promotion Council, PFIPC, Mr. Adewale, to attend the Canada Africa FinTech Summit, KFS, in August 2025. This came as former Vice President Atiku Abubakar yesterday slammed President Bola Tinubu's administration for dragging Nigeria to a point where scandals were no longer viewed as isolated incidents but recurring features of governance. This is even as social economic right and accountability project SERAP also yesterday urged the Senate President Senator Godswill Akpabio and Speaker of the House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas to the consideration and approval of the allocation of over 1.3 billion to the PFIPC in the 2026 Appropriation Act. The presidency had alleged that Mr. Adewale concocted letters and claims insisting that the council never existed. It also asked investigators from the Department of State Services (DSS), the Nigerian Police Force, and the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) to identify and prosecute those within government institutions who allegedly assisted Adewale in carrying out the scheme. Meanwhile, the controversy surrounding the alleged PFIPC intensified yesterday as a document obtained by Vanguard showed that Permanent Secretary, Political and Economic Affairs Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, SGF, Engineer Nadungu Gagari, had approved a trip for Adewale to attend a FinTech summit in Canada. This controversy started making headlines last week following claims that the PFIPC office, that is the Presidential Foreign Intervention Promotion Council, an office within the Secretariat of the Presidency, never existed. But during the course of the program this morning, that is a political update, we will be able to dig in deep and analyze some of the things that is making these headlines. But yes, the civil society group has spoken, SERAP has spoken, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has spoken, calling on the government to do what is needful, because this is normal. No governance, no government in the world is void of scandal. But the most important thing is letting the truth out. Nigerians want to know the truth. Our leaders have over the years, been governing us, in secrecy. Our leaders over the years have been governing us in secrecy. We are in a limbo, particularly in this part of the world. So the chief of staff to the president should speak up. Nigerians want to know what really went. Was that ministry? Was that office created? Was that office really created? because there are some allegations. Even the person in question, Mr. Adeni Adeyemi, has, in a video that went viral on social media early. I think it was yesterday. I'll put it up during the political update. Made a claim that Gbajabiamila demanded some sort of money. Demanded some money. Allegedly demanded some money from him. But you know how these things works. But my say concerning this is that Nigerians want the truth. Nigerians want the truth. We want to know what really happened. Adeyemi is saying this. The presidency is saying another thing. We want the truth. We want a searchlight. We want searchlight, a light to be beamed into that controversy so that Nigerians can know the truth. But I am not surprised. Okay, I'm not trying to conclude. I'm not surprised that within the next few days this thing will not be something that will be in the media any longer. But in other climes, in other part of the world, because this is a very, very sensitive case. This is a very, very sensitive matter. In other parts of the world, if such thing happens, the government of the day in the next election will lose that office. Okay, will lose that office. So I call on members of the opposition. I call on the civil society organizations. I call on right activists to start speaking up, demanding for the truth. Because this is corruption already. Despite the allegation, this is corruption already. If it actually happens, if an office, if the PFIPC office was created within the Secretariat of the Presidency, and later on that office was disbanded or whatever they call it, Nigerians want to know the truth. Did Gbajabiamila demanded money from Mr. Denier, that's the Director General of the non-existent Presidential Foreign Intervention Promotion Council? Did Gbajabiamila demanded some amount of money from the Director General? So we just don't want denial whether that office actually existed or it did not exist. Nigerians want to know the truth, and I call on members of the opposition parties, political figures in the opposition party, the civil society organization, the Labour Party, rights activists in this country should start speaking up and demanding that truth be out. There should be an independent investigation towards in as regard that that matter. Yes, the police has been called upon, the DSS has been called upon, but these are federal government agencies. These are agencies that are on the payroll on the federal government. What would you expect them to do? Okay, what do you expect them to do? So calling on the DSS and the police to investigate. They have done their own investigation, and that investigation that is what I'll be able to to review during the political update by 9:15 a.m. this morning in Overt Radio Breakfast Show. Okay, so don't go anywhere. If you want to know more about the PFI PC scandal, please don't go anywhere. 9:15. That is when I'll be revealing some of the investigations that some of the things that you need to know concerning that before you start making decisions or start saying anything. So it is better you hook up to the political update this morning, which I will anchor, so that you know more about that. Yes, let's move to the next headline. Reports alleging 500 billion naira offer to split south vote, false and baseless. This is coming from former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. Former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan has debunked a media report alleging he was offered 500 billion naira to contest against the presidential candidate of the National Democratic Congress NDC, Mr. Peter Obi, to split south vote. Special advisor on media to Jonathan, Dr. Ikechukwu Eze, in a statement on Sunday in Abuja, described the publication as entirely false and baseless. Eze called on Nigerians to disregard what he described as a fabricated report published by a little-known website which falsely attributed a statement to Jonathan, claiming that he was offered such amounts. He noted that the fabrication failed to meet the most basic standard of journalism. The report failed to state where or when Jonathan allegedly made such a claim, who was present, or who purportedly made the alleged offer. He noted that the publication bore all the hallmarks of fake news, deliberately crafted to mislead the public and drag the former president into unnecessary political controversy, while acknowledging that the approach of a political season often brings a surge in misinformation and false attributions. He, however, urged Nigerians to disregard the report in its entirety and verify sensational claims before sharing them. All right, President Jonathan has debunked that claim, saying that there was no such thing as he was being offered 500 billion to split South-South vote. According to the story did say that the former president was offered 500 billion to contest against so what this means is that the former president was allegedly offered 500 billion to contest against a presidential candidate of the National Democratic Congress NDC, Mr. Peter Obi, to split South-South vote. So what the report implies is that, so that means that Jonathan will decamp to the NDC. Jonathan will decamp to the NDC, and he will be offered the presidential candidate. That is, if he wins that presidential candidate of the NDC, so that to split the South-South vote. So I want to call on the fabricator of this story should please make sure that all stories, all claims, all sources are verified. Even if it is from a source, make sure that you verify that story before publication. This is election. This is election period. All manner of fake news will be flying here and there. So whoever did that story, the reporter and the editor that actually edited or approved that story, should painstakingly verify other sources before going ahead to publish. Don't be in a haste to be the first to publish a story. If you are the first to publish a story and at the end of the day that story is ridiculed, and at the end of the day that story was debunked to be false, what gain is it? So I want to urge my colleague in the media to make sure that stories are verified, and also there are some stories that you see and the personality in that story will make you doubt the story. Okay, how, even if Jonathan were to contest, will it be on the platform of the NDC? Jonathan already has a political party. He's a member of the PDP. even when they did say that Jonathan is coming back again on the platform of the PDP, I doubted that claim. Even the PDP did said that Jonathan will contest on the platform. Even up to now, Jonathan has not spoken up to say that he is coming back again after 15 years, of being absent from the political scene. All right, I did, during the course of my program in the political update, I said this PDP, parading Jonathan as their presidential candidate, that's a faction, that's a Turaki Aminu-led faction, parading Jonathan as a presidential candidate. I said, this is not the Jonathan I know. This is not president. This is not former president Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. After being away for 15 years, you are not coming back again. Who will believe you? Your political allies that were with you before 2015, are they still with you? So I call on our colleagues, in the media, should make sure that stories are verified. And also, even before you go ahead to do that story or to publish that story, have a second thoughts. Okay, have a second thoughts. This individual that is being talked about in this story, is he capable of doing this, such thing? So these are the things that should be considered. Okay, the sixth sense should not be missing, when you are, doing a story, particularly political story. All right, let's go to the next headline. It is 18 minutes gone past the hour of 8 o'clock. If you have just joined us, you are listening to Overt Radio. We are broadcasting to you live from the city of Lagos. Today is a beautiful Monday morning, the 6th of July. On the front page, on the Punch newspaper online, bandits kill 9 farmers in Kaduna, kidnap many. Bandits have killed at least 9 farmers in a raid on a village in northwestern Nigeria's Kaduna State and kidnapped several others, according to a security report seen by AFP on Sunday and a local source. Weeks into the annual rainy season, jihadists and criminal gangs, kidnappers for ransom, and cattle thieves known locally as bandits have stepped up attacks on farming communities in northern and central Nigeria that fail to pay the levies they impose. Kaduna is one of the several states in northern and central Nigeria impacted by the gangs who raid villages, kill and kidnap residents for ransom, and loot homes before burning them. A security report prepared for the United Nations and seen by AFP on Sunday said the attackers on Saturday swept into the farmlands outside Kagangi village in Breningwari district and shot farmers as they walked on their fields. 9 bodies have been recovered so far, with 6 of the victims identified by local authorities, the report said. Kabiru Ishak, a community leader in Breningwari, some 60 kilometers, that's 37 miles away, who visited the village to offer condolences, said 10 people were killed. All right, it's still the same insecurity story, insecurity situation in Nigeria. Remember that those people, those students and teachers that were abducted, my God, in Oyo State, 15th of May, are yet to regain freedom. Okay, those 46 teachers, pupils that were abducted in their schools, from their schools, are yet to regain freedom. We don't know any update here from the federal government. We don't know update here from the relevant security agencies, from the Nigerian police, the Nigerian army. Nothing yet has been said to the public as at details, as at updates regarding those 46 teachers and pupils that were abducted in Oyo State on the 15th of May. And very soon it's gonna be 60 days, 2 months, to their abduction. All right, so the federal government, like we always do here on this platform, the federal government should do everything necessary to make sure that those 46 teachers, students, and pupils that were abducted from their schools in Oyo State regain their freedom. It is the duty of the government. It is the duty, any government that says that it is not their duty, it is the duty of the Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration to protect the lives and property of Nigeria, because he swore an oath to do so. So if the president failed to do what he's supposed to do, that means he has failed in terms of insecurity. He has failed in securing the lives of Nigerians. Okay, he has failed to secure the lives of Nigerians. So we call on the president to do everything that is possible to make sure that those people, regain their freedom. All right, let's go to the next headline. All right, on the Nation newspaper this morning, Lawal rules out negotiation with bandits. Zamfara State Governor Dauda Lawal has said his administration will never negotiate with bandits, but will sustain military operations until they surrender or face the full weight of the law. Lawal spoke yesterday in Kaduna through his chief of staff Alhaji Mukhtar Musa during the inauguration of the Secretariat of the Association of Zamfara State Indigenes residing in Kaduna. The event also featured the distribution of food items to less privileged members of the association in Kaduna. The chief of staff said Lawal administration remained committed to ending insecurity through sustained collaboration with security agencies across the state. He said the government would continue to provide logistics, equipment, ammunition, and other operational support to security forces fighting criminals across the state. The governor will never negotiate with bandits. Those willing to surrender should do so or face the law. This has been a rhetoric. This is one of the things I don't like to read out when I'm doing this job, because how can a governor of a state, you are the chief security officer of that state, how can you say that you will never negotiate with bandits and say that those willing to surrender should do so or face the law? You are the chief security officer of that state. It is your duty and your responsibility to move in with the security agencies in that state and do everything possible to make sure that any form of criminality, any form of abduction or kidnapping in your state should be curbed. How can you tell bandits to surrender? And yes, you said you don't negotiate with bandits. Cool. But what are you doing to secure the release of those people? You say you don't negotiate. Do you have the manpower to do so? The president has been saying that we don't that he's giving the terrorists time to surrender. How long are you giving them? What is the time frame? Are you going to give them time forever? This nonchalant attitude coming from our leaders is unbearable. Is an insult on the Nigerian people. It's an insult on the Nigerian people. Despite the army that we have in this country, despite the armed forces, despite the Nigerian police force, you are saying that you are giving them time. How long time are you going to give them? These people have been existing since 2014. Over 10 years, you are still giving them time. All right, Lagos. It is 25 minutes gone past the hour of 8 o'clock. This is the headline. I'll be reviewing stories that are making headlines on Nigeria's national newspaper. All right, 8:30. Ibuku and I will be here for Wake Up Conversation here on Overt Radio. All right, don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. I will be back 8:30 for Wake Up Conversation on Overt Radio.